Chelsea Football Club held initial talks with Rafael Leao's camp as AC Milan are ready to sell the player in the summer. Furthermore, our golden boy Estevao has absolutely shattered Neymar's record, and all of a sudden, before the age of 18, he's got 30 GNA. John Terry has a few things to say regarding Chelsea, and I can't lie to you, preaching here. And finally, we get the fee that it will take to get Petrovic out of the club, because Chelsea are willing to sell at this number. Well, that's at least what the sources are saying. Let's get into it. Let's break it down. You already know what time it is. First of all, hit that like button. It's the best way to support the channel. Number two, if you're new, subscribe. You get the consistent news straight to the point. I don't keep you longer than 15 minutes at most, and it's daily. And finally, in the comments below, let me know, would you want Rafael Leao at Chelsea Football Club? Yes or no? Simple quote. Chelsea Football Club are interested in Rafael Leao. That is what the reports in Italy are stating. First of all, let me give you the sources, then we're going to talk about the news, and then I'm going to give you my opinion because I've recently seen the player live. First of all, Italian sources are now coming out and saying that Chelsea are going to have talks or had talks with AC Milan and his agent Mendes regarding a possible move in the summer. Recently, there have been a lot of murmurs with AC Milan talking about the fact that Theo Hernandez and Rafael Leao could both be available to leave the club because of this basically a scandal what happened with Fonseca. Both players actively disrespected Fonseca. The board eventually sacked their past manager, hired Conceição, and Leao's basically performances aren't getting better. There's a lot of questions about his application on the pitch when he doesn't have the ball. However, what is going on? The news is saying that Milan will consider selling him. However, the price has to be right, and Jorge Mendes will be pivotal in this role. Why is Jorge Mendes pivotal in this role? He is the agent of Rafael Leao. He has a brilliant relationship with Igbali, given the fact that we've signed Joao Felix and Pedro Neto last summer from him. How do I think this move will happen? First of all, this is a very interesting move. Leao has everything, right? I think he's 6'2", he's quick, he's strong, he's intelligent, technically super gifted. One of the most gifted players in world football at the moment, ability. However, when I saw him play, I can't lie to you, I rocked up to the San Siro, I was over the moon. Then I saw him play. On the ball, try stuff. Energetic, creative, wants to express himself, wants to play football what I call the right way. However, when we won't have the ball, Leao is going to be a liability. When I tell you he makes Eden Hazard look like Eden Hazard was a pressing machine, that should trigger something in your brain. This guy has no intention in defending. And in the Premier League, where every player is integral to when you're defended, Leao will have to be protected. Either his output needs to be unreal, and you need to get another individual in the team that's going to do his running for him, or Leao's going to have to learn to press. This is a very interesting story because long term, it's going to be a huge outlay. Can you carry Palmer and Leao when you don't have the ball? What will happen if you do get Leao? Could Joao Felix be utilized as a benchmark for the move? Basically, he goes the other way to Milan, we pay some money, and we balance the books that way. It is super interesting. I think this one has legs. I don't know whether he'll end up at Chelsea. However, this is not a nonsense story. The Brazilian wonder kid Estevao has come and basically set the world alight. The way he's playing football, the way he's joga bonitoing himself around is absolutely phenomenal. Number one, he's got 20 goals and 10 assists in 57 games. At age 17, those are stupid numbers. A lot of people are going to say it's Brazilian Serie A, Alex. It's Brazilian Serie A. All I'm going to say to you is no one in the Brazilian Serie A has done this since Neymar. Neymar was the last person in 2010 to put up 30 GNA in the Brazilian Serie A. That is wild. This player is absolutely taking the league by a storm. But why am I going to talk to you guys about this? Number one, the hype around him is getting so hard to control that I think you can't just control it. You need to just let it go. I think it's one of those things, when he arrives in the summer in July, we need to empower him. This can't be one of those things where we hold him back. I think you need to expose him, you need to play him, and you need to give him every opportunity to shine. This player is young. He's going to need fierce competition. He's going to need guidance. But at the same time, he will need empowerment. We have to empower this kid. What I don't want to happen is pressure to go on him to deliver GNA. We need to get a striker We need Palmer to contribute, and we need someone on the opposite wing to contribute as well. And then Estevao is a bonus. And the way I look at it is you either keep Noni or Neto. For me, Neto's the one that stays at the moment, purely based on the fact that Neto can play at 9, Neto can play at left wing, and Neto can play right wing. That is what's keeping Neto at the club. I also think Neto has a higher ceiling than Noni Madueke. Plus, I think we could get a great fee for Noni Madueke. We signed him for like £30 million. If we sell him, we'll get around about £50 million. That can get reinvested into our striker. Because in the essence, Jackson needs cover. Jackson needs competition, and he needs cover. So for me, what do you do with Estevao? I think he needs to get reintegrated. And Estevao is also walking proof of this whole narrative whenever people have meltdowns when we sign young kids. People are going to say, oh, we signed a Denier right now for £8 million. What a stupid move. Estevao cost us 30 million euros. 30 million euros plus 24 in add-ons. At the moment, if you went to buy Estevao is costing you at least minimum 70 million euros. No exaggeration, no cap. This would genuinely be a player that absolutely you blow the budget on. However, we got him early and we got it done. Same thing with Andres Santos. Same thing with Kendry Pies. We got these deals done early. For every single one of those you find, you're going to find an Angelo Gabriel, who we made a profit on. A Cesar Cassidy, who we made a profit on. You're going to find players that don't make it, but you're going to resell and make money on. We're going to see what happens to David Washington when he goes to Brazil. If he snaps there, then you know what? We might make a profit on him, or he might come back and get reintegrated. But it's one of those things. I think we need to empower Estevao, and it's super important. The captain, fantastic John Terry, spoke out. And he was talking to DR Sports, and John Terry spoke about his expectations for Chelsea. One of the questions was, what are the minimum targets? And he said, look, UCL is a minimum guarantee for Chelsea every year. I totally agree with this. No matter how bad we are, I think the bare minimum we need to be making sure is it's what we're under Roman. No matter how bad the season is, we're either 4th or we get into the Champions League some way or some form. And we're securing cups. If that happens, no one's going to complain about the ownership. And then if we get 1 or 2 league titles every 10 years, people are going to be happy. Because the reality is, we are then a big club. We're consistently in the Champions League. We're winning league titles, 2 at least every decade. And we're winning multiple cups. That is the target. But he also added that this was expected. And for me, when John Terry says this, I really respect it, because he said, look, when the run was great, everyone was happy, the young squad is overperforming, it was all good. However, we all expected a blip. They're young, they need experience. And this is an interesting take from John Terry. I kind of agree with him, but I don't think they need experience. I think we need more quality. And that is the decisive factor. A lot of people say, oh, we need 25, 26-year-olds. Tosin is 27. KDH is 25. They don't play. It's not an experience issue, it's a quality issue. You need quality players to come in when you make subs. The good thing about our midfield is we're going to end up having Caicedo, Enzo, hopefully Lavia and Santos. That's quality. Bring in Leslie Ogochukwu, 5th choice midfielder. 5 midfielders of that level, very good quality. The problem for us is when you take off our left winger of Sancho, who's in my opinion bench quality, you bring on Mudryk, who's bench quality at Chelsea Football Club. You take off Neto, and Noni, neither one of them are title-winning starters, are they? Palmer's a title-winning starter potentially. Jackson, in my opinion, is top 4 level. He's a top 4 level striker. Midfield is good, I like it. Left back is Cucurella, no cover for Cucurella, fine. Reece James, Malo Gusto, I'm over the moon with. Fofana's hardly ever there, you can't even count on him. Colwell, young and inexperienced, top 4 level centre-half. Goalkeeper, don't get me started on Robert Sanchez. So, do you see the problems there? We need to improve the quality of the team, not the age profile. What I think we need to do is raise the ceiling of the team. At the moment, the floor is decent. Our floor is competent. The mid-level is fine. It's the top players that either have to take a step up or we need to invest into them, because that's the only way we get better. But yesterday I did a video regarding the goalkeepers, and straight after, more information came out, and this was very interesting for me. So the news that's coming out is Petrovic would be allowed to leave the club basically for 25 million. That's what his agents believe. For me, this isn't his agents. This is Chelsea Football Club putting it out there that if someone is willing to put 25 million pounds on the table, we will sell him. And this is one of those stories where I get really annoyed, because you signed him for 12 million. Yes, you would double your money, It is fantastic business to do. However, from a footballing standpoint, can you tell me that Petrovic isn't better than Robert Sanchez? I don't think you can. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's honest. I think you would be lying. Can you tell me he's better than Jurgensen? Well, we don't know, because we don't know about Jurgensen yet. We've seen Jurgensen hot like for 15 games at most. We've got a catalogue of Sanchez errors. We don't know nothing about Mike Penders to make an informed decision, but we know Petrovic was a good goalkeeper for us last year, in my opinion, done very well. He went to Strasbourg, he's been a great goalkeeper for them. So we've got a catalogue of evidence. Now we're asking for £25 million for him. Whether we sell him or not, it's a very interesting fee, and it's one that we might have to consider. But like I told you guys in yesterday's video, that will not shock me if Petrovic and Jurgensen, our first choice come the summer, they realize they can't shift Robert Sanchez, and Petrovic or Jurgensen get moved on because there will be suitors for them. So we need to be honest, we need to be transparent, and we need to be realistic. However, if you guys want to see more of my content, there's a video here that goes into the details regarding Liam Delap coming to Chelsea potentially, the 3 goalkeepers, and how Chelsea aren't interested in signing a new striker, and further more details. Go check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Peace out. I'm out. Bye. Hit that like button on the way out. Bye.